Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. Just checking my video's working. I think it's all right. How are you all today? Well, I hope. And staying sane in this really weird world where we're living in. Some of you might know that in the UK we're just back into our second lockdown after being promised that we wouldn't have to go back into lockdown. Here we are. And I've had my letter from the government telling me that they're not calling it shielding this time, but basically I'm in the group that needs to shield. So I'm just going to hunker down in my craft room for the next month and hope by then it's all sorted or whatever can happen. Anyway, today's project. I seem to be getting later and later at posting videos for cards that I show you much earlier. So this one I showed you quite a while ago, I think. It was for a blog hop. And I showed you this card and haven't got round to showing you how I made it. So I thought today I'll pop on and just make a quick card. It's a very, very quick and easy card to make. And I think it's lovely. I love this sentiment, coffee because adulting is hard. If you get the set, you could say chocolate because adulting is hard, or you could say today is a chocolate sort of day. Where is it? Today is a chocolate kind of day, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. I quite like that as well. So lots of great sentiments, and we've got coffee, cookies, cocktails or chocolate. I'm desperate to make a card with this little cocktail. Haven't had a chance yet, but I'm going to do that, and I am going to make some with chocolates very, very soon. I'm not sure about cookies because we don't actually call them cookies in the UK, so it doesn't really apply much here. In the UK we call them biscuits, which doesn't quite fit quite so well. I mean, everybody knows what a cookie is in England, but we tend to call them biscuits. Anyway, it's a two-step stamp set, so you get the outline image and then you get these little infills to fill them in with, and then all these lovely sentiments, and then some of the die cut some of those elements. So we've got all the words, which are a different size to the stamp set. So if I take out cocktails, that's bigger than the words. You can take your choice. You can either stamp it smaller or you can cut it out bigger. And then we've got the cup, the biscuit, the cookie, the cocktail and the chocolates to die cut out there as well. Great set, love it. So I am going to show you how I made my card. So we're starting off, of course, with a Whisper White blank, which is 15, sorry I can't get hold of it, 15 by 21 centimetres, and I just need my trim behind me here, and we're going to score this at 10.5 to make a card blank, like so. If you're working in Imperial, this is my normal card blank size, which is 8.25 by, I think this one is 6 actually, yeah, because it's 15. So sometimes I cut it slightly shorter. So, and then score it at 4 1/8. And then we need, I don't know if you can see on camera, this textured background, which is done with an embossing folder. And on that one, I use the Dainty Diamonds 3D embossing folder, which I love. It's very, very dainty little dots making up diamonds. Very, very pretty. But I thought I'd introduce a new embossing folder for this card. And this is called the Mini Wrapped in Texture. And you get 2 embossing folders in this set. Here's the one I use. Can you see that pattern? It's gorgeous. Sort of little groups of 4 dots all over. Really lovely. So great stuff. So I've embossed a panel of paper. Now this is the same size as this panel that I used on there, but because this is a smaller embossing folder, I've got blank spaces at the edge, which I am just going to leave. I don't mind them at all. I'm just going to leave. So I'm going to mount that onto there. I'm going to get my Tombow out. I don't know why I seem to have a block about thinking that I need glue every time I come to craft. So I start crafting and then realise I need some glue. And I've got it in my little pot here, but the sponge is a bit damp, not quite damp enough. So I'm just going to put some water in there. There we go. Actually, I might use the other end so that I can spread it. So if you're one of my American viewers, I feel your pain with your election. I don't know if by the time this goes out whether any decisions will have been reached or what's going on. Seems a bit of a circus, I have to say, from us working here in the UK. But then I'm not sure our system is any better, because we, you know, people can actually get more votes but then not get the MPs in Parliament. So it doesn't always work out. But I have to say that it's quite fun watching it from abroad and not having to live it, if you see. But I do feel your pain. Hopefully it might all be sorted by the time this video goes out, who knows. Right, so we're just mounting that on there. I love this embossing folder. It's the first time I've used it. I love it. I think that's going to get a lot of use. And when we finally get our mini embossing machine, that's going to be great, because that's one of the embossing folders that will go in the mini. So it's going to be really useful, because I'm intending to have the mini sitting on my desk, so I can just run it through without having to palaver of getting a big machine out. Right, okay, so let's do a bit of stamping. So we have got a stitched rectangle that I've already die cut, and it is from this set of stitched rectangles. This is the one that I'm using. And it measures, I wrote it down, 9 centimetres by 5.5 centimetres, or 3.5 inches by 2.25 inches. So it's that one. And these are really great, because you get a stitched outline if you cut out the shape, but if you cut an aperture, you also get a stitched outline around the aperture, because they've got stitching on both sides of the cut line. Really great. This is a set of, I think there's 13 dies, so it's a really great set with the stitching and everything. It's really good value for money. It coordinates with the happiest of birthday stamp set in the catalogue, but it coordinates with lots of other things as well. You won't regret that purchase. Right, okay, so I've got coffee mounted up here. Got it on quite a big block, actually. It's a C block. Wouldn't need that big a block, but just seems to be the one that is landed on. I've had these stamps out a while, and I think I've got a bit of dust on there that I want to get off. Find my tweezers, because I don't want it to be marking my stamping. Why wouldn't that come off? Oh, maybe it's, I think it marked the stamp, actually. Didn't raise anything anyway. Yeah, I've had these stamps sitting on these blocks for ages, waiting to make this card. Only just got round to doing it. Right, okay, so I'm going to stamp coffee at the top there, like so. I have seen a lot of people have used early espresso to do this, which is quite good if you're doing coffee, but I'm going to stick with Memento ink for today. And then I need the outline of my cup. I'm going to do the, I'm just going to do Because Adulting is Hard at the bottom here, and then I can position my cup in between. There we go. And then my cup is going to go here, fairly near the bottom, because I want the steam to come out of it. There we go. And I've lost my steam. There we go. There it is. And then you can position this. I think I need to re-ink my Memento ink. It doesn't seem to be very inky at the minute. So I'm just going to bring my head over here. Sorry. All you can see is my hair. There we go. That's my steam. And then lastly, I can put my Memento ink away and take the infill stamp for the cup, and I'm going to do that in pretty pink, petal pink today, which is not really pink, but like a peachy orangey colour. So I don't know why it's called petal pink, because to me it's not at all a pink. And like I've said before, it doesn't really matter if you don't line these up precisely, because they're not designed to infill it exactly, so you will always get a little border. So that's that, and then all we need to do is we are going to stick this onto here on dimensionals. So, and I've noticed after I'd put in my order, I always put an order in at the end of the month. I always try and add to it during the month anything that's running low, and I forgot to add dimensionals, so I'm getting really low on dimensionals. So might have to put another sneaky order in. Don't know if any of you have seen the paper pumpkin kit that's coming out, Joy to the World. It's really lovely. and I've ordered it. I've got it on order with my latest order, so as soon as it comes I will be showing you that. Right, so I'm going to put one there. Got little half ones here that I can just use like so, and I think that's probably enough, seeing that I'm being quite economical with my dimensionals till I get a few more. Actually, I might just put one in the middle, a couple in the middle, just to make sure it doesn't bow in the middle, which if it gets a little bit of pressure it might. So just take the backing off these. As I speak, some of our team are at on stage online. So normally we have our national, our conference, our Stampin' Up conference at this time of year, and I'd normally be somewhere like Telford or Birmingham with all my mates from our team. And of course with COVID we can't meet in person, so they're doing it online this year. And I had to make a decision about whether it was viable for me to do, and in the end I decided it wasn't really. So I feel I'm missing out a little bit, but I'm sure they'll all regale us with the tales once they have finished. Right, there we go. But I hate missing out on things. I'm fine when I'm booking things and thinking, oh no, I don't need to do, oh that's the wrong glue. Get the Tombow glue. That's the glue I use for quilling that I just grabbed there. As some of you know, I quill as well. In fact, I had a really good idea for a quilling card using some Stampin' Up backgrounds the other day, which I must get round to making. There we go. Right, and then that just goes on there and we are done. And I love it. And I made a similar card that went to one of my daughters, and another one went to another one of my daughters, so I've now got to think of who would be appropriate. Now because this is textured, you might just need a bit more pressure to make sure this is stuck, because it's not all going to make contact with the background. So just make sure you keep pressing it until it really has stuck. It will stick, but it's because the glue hasn't got contact with the complete backing because of the dots on the embossing folder. So what you could do is you could have mounted the white onto the petal pink and then put the petal pink on dimensionals, which I guess might have been another idea. I didn't think of that. Right, I think it's stuck now, but there we go. 2 cards, very similar, different colours. Coffee, because adulting is hard. And I think adulting is very hard at the minute for my 3 kids. I feel so sorry for them. They're going to be the ones that are paying back all the money that this COVID is costing when I'm long gone. So anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed my project. And I will see you again next time. If you need to buy anything, the link to my shop is down below. You can just go through online, click on anything and order. If I can help with anything at all, please get in touch. I'm always happy to help. Always really happy to talk to customers or potential customers. So please don't hesitate to get in touch. But that really is all from me today. I will be back soon, and have a good evening. Bye.